You're watching the Runfoot YouTube channel. I'm Finlay, and this episode is on the new On Cloudsurfer 2 running shoes. We will talk through the tech, how they feel to run in, and what they're best suited to. Hope you enjoy. The Cloudsurfer 2 features refined CloudTec Phase cushioning, and as a recap, On's CloudTec Phase cushioning is designed to collapse a bit like dominoes, and this helps create ultra smooth transitions from landing through to takeoff. On use finite element analysis, a computer-based method that predicts how objects will behave under different physical conditions to fine-tune the midsole construction. So as mentioned, the refined CloudTec Phase cushioning in the Cloudsurfer 2 should now deliver even smoother transitions from landing through to takeoff. And finite element analysis has also been used to update the outsole. The outsole now features thicker padding and smaller cavities, and this has two key benefits. It should make the outsole more durable, and it should also help smooth out transitions from landing through to takeoff. And we'll come back to this point in a bit, but it should also have some benefits for how much the midsole squeaks. The re-engineered upper now features a more breathable mesh, but the biggest and probably most notable change is the new tongue design. I know it's hard to see on the camera here, but it's just a much more premium construction and it's more in line with the rest of On's high performance running shoes. Now, what's not changed is the midsole material. It still features On's Helion superfoam cushioning. What's important to mention is Helion superfoam cushioning will vary quite a lot from model to model. On tune it to a specific specification for each model. So in the case of the Cloudsurfer 2, the Helion superfoam cushioning is designed to feel very soft and plush underfoot. And in the same as the previous version, there is no speedboard running through the shoe. So quite a lot of On running shoes have a stiffer structure running through the midsole that On calls speedboard, and that's designed to increase the responsiveness of the cushioning, but it also is likely to make the midsole feel quite a bit firmer. Now, in the case of the Cloudsurfer 2, because it doesn't have a speedboard running through the midsole, this should feel like one of the softest running shoes within On's lineup. And I have been testing these, have been running in the Cloudsurfer 2, but as you can tell from the upper, I have not been running in the rain in these. Just thought these looked too good to be going out in the bad weather, but been testing them out at a range of paces. And to be honest, the midsole feels very similar to the first edition. It still feels very soft, very plush underfoot. I'd say the main change, and I'm not sure if this is down to the slightly updated midsole construction, the change to the outsole, or potentially a combination of both, but the midsole feels marginally more structured and slightly more responsive underfoot. And this means that the Cloudsurfer 2 does feel a little bit better for steadier pace runs. However, I'd still say the cushioning feels best when you're running at slower speeds. And it's likely most runners will find this most comfortable for shorter distance runs and everyday miles. And that's because while the cushioning is very soft and plush under your feet, it does lack the protection for those longer distance miles. If you're out for a long run, say 75, 90 minutes, you might just start to notice the ground a bit more under your feet, and you also might find that you have a little bit more muscle soreness after that type of session than you would in a model which offers a little bit more protection. So this is where the max cushioned Cloud Eclipse, which shares the same technology as a Cloudsurfer 2, is likely to feel a lot more comfortable. It just provides a little bit more help for those longer, slower distance runs. Now, coming back to the point about squeaking, we wouldn't normally talk about this when we're doing a shoe review, but if you've had On running shoes before, or you know somebody that has got On running shoes, there's a pretty high chance you've had a conversation about squeaking, and that is because unfortunately quite a lot of the models do that. At Runfoot, we have had customers coming back saying, well, I love these shoes, so I'm going to keep running in them, but I just wish they wouldn't squeak. And what is really good to say, and I don't know what On have done exactly to change this, but so far these haven't squeaked at all, and that's whether it's been walking or running in them. So if you're looking for on running shoes that don't squeak, the Cloudsurfer 2 should be a very good choice for you. From a fit perspective, the most notable change is the lockdown at the midfoot and the ankle. We mentioned in our original review of the first Cloudsurfer that the ankle area definitely lacked a bit of support and lockdown. And while these are definitely not the most supportive at the back of the ankle, it's a big improvement on the first pair. But it's an important point because you can see how soft that is at the back of the shoe. And if you're the type of runner who really likes a locked in, secure feeling around this area or knows that you'll benefit from quite a supportive structure, then this is unlikely to be the best model for you. On the other hand, if you like a slightly more flexible feel and you enjoy a really plush, soft sensation around the back of the ankle, then this could work really well for you. We'd recommend choosing your normal running shoe size as these fit true to size. They don't offer an overly wide fit in the forefoot, but they're also not narrow, so they should suit a wide range of foot shapes. But in comparison to the Cloud Monster 2 and Cloud Eclipse, the toe box should feel like it hugs your feet a little bit more. So why would you choose the Cloudsurfer 2 then? Well, this is a great model to add into your shoe rotation for those easy pace miles. The soft midsole feels very comfortable for those slow, easy runs. And it also provides a really nice alternative to those high stack max cushion models. Not everybody likes running with a really thick midsole under their feet. And what's really unique about the Cloudsurfer 2 is there's very few shoes, if any, that have this sort of profile and feel as soft and as smooth under your feet as these do. So if you're looking for that really soft, plush feel, but you want something that doesn't have a really bulky midsole, then this is going to feel really nice for you to run in. It's also going to work well for runners who are running a few times a week. You may be covering 5 to 10k in distance, and you're looking for a really light and soft underfoot feel that is going to feel very comfortable so you can just forget about your feet. I think one of the best things about the Cloudsurfer 2 is just how smooth the transitions are from landing through to takeoff. Just the way it rolls your feet forward is so comfortable. So there's going to be a lot of runners out there who will find that feels amazing just to go out and forget about your feet, your legs, and just tick off 5 to 10k. As you probably gather from earlier in the episode, we don't think the Cloudsurfer 2 are the best options for the longer distance runs. Obviously, that's not going to be the case for everybody, but it's likely the Cloud Eclipse will feel like a more comfortable option. The Cloud Eclipse also offer great propulsion, so they do feel good for your steadier runs as well. And on the topic of propulsion, if you are looking for an on-running shoe that feels very smooth under your feet but delivers a slightly more propulsive, responsive ride, that's where the Cloudsurfer Next is likely to be the best option. So if you think it's almost 3 models, it's a family. So the Cloud Eclipse sit at the top in terms of the max cushioned options, so they will feel best for those longer distance runs. The Cloudsurfer 2 are designed for those everyday easy miles, and then you've got the Cloudsurfer Next, which is designed for those shorter or sharper sessions, or maybe even some tempo runs. And we got asked on our short video, and we did our preview of the Cloudsurfer 2, what do these compare to, and potentially what are they going to be like in comparison to models from other brands. I think the most comparable model to the Cloudsurfer 2 are actually the Hoka Cliftons. And that's because both models feel pretty soft and plush under your feet. They both deliver ultra smooth transitions from landing through to takeoff in different ways, but very similar on that perspective. And both models maybe don't offer that max cushion protection for those longer distance runs. So if you enjoy running in the Hoka Clifton and you're looking for something a little bit different, that's where you might find the Cloudsurfer 2 are a very good substitute. So overall, the On Cloudsurfer 2 are great everyday mileage running shoes, particularly for those easy, slow runs. And don't be fooled by how good these shoes look. It's performance first, and these are highly technical running shoes. But on the note of looks, you can choose from a range of colours, in the Cloudsurfer 2, so this off-white colorway looks amazing for the everyday miles, but also walking around in. But as I mentioned earlier, you might not want to use these when it's raining outside, so there's a triple black colorway, and then there will of course be that inline athletic colorway for the season as well. And as Elmo says, don't be so hard on yourself, soft wins. And that brings me to the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. As always, if you have any questions at all, please comment on the episode and we will get back to you as soon as we can. See you soon.